Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Student Athlete with Opinion. Today's episode is going to be for high school students considering joining the military and why it might not be the right choice for you. So, I'm a junior in high school, and so far I've received invitations from USAFA, the Naval Academy, and West Point, all of them saying, "Hey, Anthony, you're a great student. We want you to apply." Now, if any of these schools have done that to you, good job, because they don't send these invitations to just anyone. They send the kids with high academic records. Unfortunately, there are several reasons why I feel I cannot apply, and that's what we are going to be covering today. So, one of the reasons I didn't apply, which is probably a reason that most people don't apply, is because you don't get that same college experience. There are still colleges, but they're military academies. You're up at 5 a.m., you follow regulations, your officers are sir, not hey professor, it's sir, it's officer. You don't get that freedom, and you really don't get that period of fun. In the aftermath of getting a degree at a military academy, you don't get to go off and just get whatever job you want. You owe them years of service. I know with Air Force, it's 5 years of service. I'm not sure what it is with West Point or the Navy, but you don't get to start off. You do receive a commission as an officer right out of the gun, but the military still owns you for 5 years. Versus another college, you can just go do whatever you want. You can go where you want. You can do what you want. With the military academy, you can submit applications for jobs you want, but ultimately they will put you where they want you and where they think you're best fit. Getting back into the more important aspect of this, when you join the military, whether it's the academy or just straight up enlisting, there is always a strong chance that you can be sent into combat. Now, I want to just point out that it is less likely that you'll go into combat by going to the military academies versus enlisting, because if you go to the military academies, they want you more for your brain than for your cannon fodder, but it can still happen. And there are a lot of possible problems with this. So let's just start breaking them down. One of the key problems with our military power is that it is constantly abused. Presidents are able to do things with our military that they should not be able to do. The Congress is supposed to control them. It is supposed to be the duty of Congress to declare war. But we just saw from Operation Epic Fury how weak Congress actually is. Congress is not in control of our military the way our fathers intended. The president has control and is using the military at his own whim. A lot of people can sign up thinking, oh yeah, I know the congressmen. They're not going to vote to send us to war, so I'm okay to join the military just as a career. Doesn't matter. One man sent us into Operation Epic Fury. And this is not the first time this has happened. There have been other operations without Congress's consent that the presidents have been able to abuse and take control over because of how weak Congress is. And people are getting killed. And they're going to wars that they didn't expect that they were going to. You don't get to choose what war you fight in the military. You do what your officers appointed over you tell you to do. Now, if you're an officer in the academy, you're thinking, well, hey, I'm an officer. I give orders. No. You give orders that you are ordered to give. You're just transmitting more orders. Because those in the military swear an oath of loyalty and obedience to the officers appointed over them and the President of the United States. So, conscientious objectors, they don't do one in the military. And that brings me to my next point. In a recent video that I made a few weeks ago, I broke down the Operation Epic Fury from the perspective of the Catholic Church. And again, even if you're not Catholic, pay attention to the Catholic principles for just war, because it makes basic moral sense. Now, if you're a person without any kind of morals, this video may not be for you. But if you have a sense of morals, keep watching. The justifications for war that people have been using have been largely based on revenge and possibilities of things happening. In that video, I broke down Epic Fury from the Catholic Church's perspective and broke down a lot of our justifications and our reasoning for it. It's not just. There aren't a lot of wars that we've been involved that I would consider just from the Catholic Church. But if I signed up to go to the military, I wouldn't be able to make those objections. The military owns you once you're signed. If you join, you give up the right to make that distinction. And you may and probably will be ordered to kill men when there is not justification. The thing you have to remember here is that the things on this earth are temporary, but our souls are permanent. The damage you do to your soul by killing a man unjustly is something very hard to undo. And I mean, it's not even just killing a man unjustly. One of the things we have to remember is that as human beings, it's not in our nature to kill. It's just not. When you're in the military, you have to defy that nature. And yes, you will be a different person when you come out. It's not to say that you'll be a monster, but if you're in combat situations, you learn how to take life, which it's in our nature to give and to create. But you have to change your nature in a sense to be able to kill, or maybe not, maybe change is the wrong word. You have to battle your own nature in order to fulfill the duties of your officers, the orders which you were given by those appointed over you. Is that something you're willing to do? Are you willing to kill a man even if the principles behind it are not just? If you're considering joining the military, don't ask yourself the question, is it the right thing to do? Ask yourself, is it right? There is a difference. I asked myself the question, is it the right thing to do? And for a while, I was hooked onto the idea of Air Force, and I was getting all set to apply and everything. But then I asked myself the question, is it right? And that's how I came to the conclusions that I've been talking about in this video. Now, for some of you, the conclusion might be different. If you genuinely believe that it is morally right for you to join the military, go ahead. Like, I'm not going to try to stop you. If you think it's morally right, then it's the right thing to do. But study the principles and understand all the possibilities and the fact that you will no longer get to ask yourself that question once in the military. Hey y'all, thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe to get more upcoming content.